Hi everyone, hope it was a good weekend for you, and I'm grateful to have you check in with this little time that we spend together. Speaking of time goes by really quickly, we all know that, but it's really hitting home for me this year. Penny, who's our 2020 baby, was born in the midst of the pandemic just a couple weeks before the derecho, and she's a force of nature in and of herself. She's brought such joy to our family from day one and continues to entertain us and delight us. Incredibly, she's off to preschool this year, and while she's off to explore whole new worlds, our oldest grandson, Parker, is wrapping up his high school career and also looking ahead to his future. It's so fun to see them together. They seem to have a special bond that's just really fun to watch. Parker loves to tease her and eggs her on, and Penny just crawls all over him like a human jungle gym. When we picked up kids at summer games a year or so ago, she spotted Parker coming across towards us and yelled, "Parker!" and took off towards him running to give him a big hug. Despite their age difference, they seem connected in a very special way. And I love to see those kinds of connections created between people who are at very different ages and stages in their lives. We had a high schooler a few years ago who made a really strong connection with an older gentleman in our church. So after the second service, you'd oftentimes see them just chatting together and having really intense conversations and involved conversations with each other. And at a recent funeral, I happened to notice a young man from the deceased family who was sitting with an elderly gentleman who was in a wheelchair. And the young man was just listening so intently to this older gentleman and leaning forward to hear every word and easily keeping up his end of the conversation too. What a wonderful thing to see young and old teaching, connecting, and spending time with one another. You know, we do well to look for opportunities like that in our church family, in our neighborhoods, in our families to share our experiences and learn from each other, whatever our ages may be. Those of us with more miles on our tires have experiences to share, and those who are on the younger side of life can teach us so much about how to navigate this world that we live in with its ever-changing technology and fast pace. Both sides would benefit from the other in ways that could have lifelong advantages. In Deuteronomy 4:9, Moses shares this admonition from God to the Hebrew people. "But watch out, be careful never to forget what you yourself have seen. Do not let these memories escape from your mind as long as you live, and be sure to pass them on to your children and your grandchildren." They were being told to remember all that God had done to bring them safely out of Egypt and provide for them in the desert. But we can remember these words also and help to apply them to the relationships between young and old and building connections that will be meaningful and life-enhancing. Only by sharing what we've learned in our life can we help those who are younger in years grow in their faith and come to trust God in all things. And by listening to the young, we can deepen our faith and see how God is strengthening His kingdom for the future. God be praised. Have a great day. Bye.